Hey guys, I'm back again. So just somebody was asking me there on on the channel, just in the comments, about how I charge the car and how I was kind of keeping the costs down. So I charge mostly at home. It's only the odd occasion actually. I just checked my app there of. Easy Go is the company here in Ireland that I'm signed up with, because you don't have to pay them a monthly subscription, unlike ESB car chargers. I think it's €5 monthly subscription you have to pay with them. It's a little bit cheaper than when you're charging on an e-car ESB charger, than when you're not signed up to them and paying this monthly subscription. So if you're on street charging, it would make sense to go for the monthly subscription and get the cheaper rate, if you're doing it a lot of the time. But since I've got this car, so I'm driving this car 11 months now. It was the middle of June last year when I picked it up. I've been on a rapid charger 6 times. The first time I was on it was an experiment. I actually done a video on it. I'd only expected to go on it for about 10-15 minutes just to see what sort of charge, but I got chatting to a guy who had just gotten an ID4, and he didn't know about the CCS charging, the rapid charger, because with the ID4 there's no cover over the Type 2, but there's a cover over the bottom one, and he didn't realise. I had to show him, and when he seen that, it was I helped him out there. But with the rate I'm on at the moment, now I signed up to it when I got this car. I got the day-night rate, so you have to sign up to a 12-month contract, so I'm tied into that. And the rates went up twice last year. There was 2 9% increases last year, and from the 1st of May this year there was a 24% increase, which was quite high. But with all the increases, the rates that I'm on now is the day rate is 28.68 cent per kilowatt. I never charge during the day. The night rate, that's from coming into the summer, that's from 12 o'clock till 12 o'clock at night till 9 o'clock in the morning. That's 14.76 cent per kilowatt, and I'm on the night rate plus boost. So between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. it's 7.97. So we say 8 cent per kilowatt. So obviously I always charge from 2 a.m. Most evenings I'll only charge for the 2 hours, as long as I have 85% battery. It's more than enough. A busy day, a very busy day for me, and especially in the winter, because obviously the batteries aren't as efficient. I would in the winter I was using up to 60% battery, on a busy day. In the summer, it's 40. Well, actually today I had a busy day. I'll just show you here. I started the day off with a 100% battery. As you can see, I done 179.2 kilometers, averaging 13.6 kilowatts per 100 kilometers. So So that's how I'm doing it. Now, on Friday, when I parked up, I knew I wasn't going to be working the weekend, because the Formula 1 was on and I wanted to watch the Formula 1. So I had 40, I think it was 48% battery. So I just charged it for the 2 hours on Friday night, knowing that I wouldn't be driving very far on Saturday, just doing the weekly shop. That was it. So in the 2 hours of home charging, you get 7 kilowatts per hour. So those 2 hours I get 14 kilowatts, and as you can see, I'll get in the summer 100+ kilometer range for those 14 kilowatts, and then charging for an hour out of the boost rate would be €1.03 for the 2 hours. For the 14 kilowatts in those 2 hours on the boost rate, it's €1.12. So if I have to charge for 3 hours, it's costing me €2.20. I get the day out of that. I'll get a shift out of that. More or less, today it would have been a little bit more. It's probably about $2.50 I spent today. So yeah, it just, it depends on the rate you're on with your energy provider. Now, come the end of June, I will be shopping around, see if I can get a better rate. But yeah, so that's it. So that's my last ESB bill for 2 months, from the middle of January to the middle of March, was €254. So and as I said, it still would have been cold, so not as efficient. I wouldn't have been doing the 13.6 kilowatts per 100 kilometers, then it would have been probably up around 17 kilowatts per 100 kilometers. So they're not quite as efficient in the winter when it is cold. The ambient temperature does affect the battery performance, and then also you have the heater on, you have lights on, wipers on, and what have you. So you're using power for ancillaries in the car, where you wouldn't be in the summer. But yeah, so that's it. It's just taking advantage of the rate that you're on, and being clever about it. Normally what I do at the start of the week, I'll charge up to 100%. Now tonight, if I put it on for the 2 hours, I know in those 2 hours I'll get 25% battery. For 14 kilowatts is 25% of the battery that's in this car. So, that'd bring me up to 80% charge. So I might stick it on for 2.5 hours just to get the 85%. I know that's enough for me. A very busy day, I'm going to use 60% charge. And that's just giving me a little buffer, and then also not bringing the car below 20% charge, which, from what I've gathered, it's very difficult to find information online about battery charging. People are saying one thing and other. There's different types of lithium-ion batteries. There's the Nissan Leaf uses a different method of packaging, and it's called a packet battery. Which doesn't have a battery management system, and that's why with the oil companies, that's why they always say, take for example a Nissan Leaf, the battery degradation is higher with the Nissan Leaf because there is no battery management system. But yeah, they say try and keep it between 20 and 80%. More so if you're rapid charging as well, going over 80%, that can, from what I gather, that can cause some battery degradation, because it starts generating heat in the battery, and heat is what damages it. So with the charging that I'm doing, slow charging, it's not a problem. Wouldn't generate as much heat, bringing it up to fully charged 100%. And then also, apparently leaving it fully charged for a length of time can cause battery degradation as well. So as I said, there's no, I have looked before, and it is very difficult to get kind of definite facts or any data on that. But as I said, the last service, there was 24,000 kilometers. There was no still 100% state of battery health in this car. I'm up to nearly 28,000 kilometers there now, 27.7 thousand kilometers. So yeah, it's So that's how I'm doing it. Contemplating getting solar. It'll be a big investment initially, but the way things are going, the last increase was 24%, which is quite a jump. And they did say there will be another increase by the end of the year. So we shall see. We shall see. But definitely a hell of a lot cheaper than running a diesel or a petrol car. I'm working it out. I'm spending less than €20 a week on running this car, which is insane. I was spending close to that in diesel 3 years ago when diesel was 130 a litre. I was spending that a day, so to be spending that a week is just insane. And talking to some guys running diesels, they're in a week they could be putting as much as 150, €160 a week into the car, so there is a huge saving. And definitely home charging, I've said it before, it's the cheapest way of running an electric car, and it's also the most convenient. You're not queuing anywhere. You just, when you get home, you plug the car in, you set the timer or whatever, and you charge, and you get up in the morning and it's ready to go, so so that's it. Home charging is the way forward, and I think the way things are going, solar power, and start generating your own as well. But so that's it. Any more questions, let me know. Keep safe, guys. Talk to you soon.